taller again.
I hope he's handsome.
Handsome like you? Well, there you go then.
My mum told me.
Oh, bless. October Red Boxing. And we've got a first-time guest. I always get happy with first-time guests, but obviously no stranger to boxing. Nick Campbell, heavyweight. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. And it's nice to see somebody in the fight game dressed appropriately. Cool threads. I like it.
Thank you. I'm wearing Adidas, by the way, if anyone doesn't know. But anyway, we're going to get back to you about that I'm actually looking forward to with you guys, both quite early on in your careers. Anyway, your words. Talk to us about this fight, and do you see it as a challenge? What do you get from this fight?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, Steve's a big, strong, physical man. 5-1. Obviously had an upset defeat middle of the year, so he's a wounded animal. You know, he's looking to come back and reinstate his name in the British heavyweight scene, and I'm standing in his path, but he's not getting past. I'm going to make sure I go out and do the business on Saturday night. It's a massive step up for me. I had a tough fight in February, had a wee layoff with injury, back to 100%. Looking forward to a big performance.
Talk to us about your fight in February when you said it obviously resulted in injury. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, listen, professional sport and injury go hand in hand, so it's just one of those things. I've overcome it now. I'm 100%. It's the best version of Nick Campbell in the ring on Saturday night, and I'm looking forward to getting back out there in front of the Bournemouth fight fans. I've got 30 people coming to watch me. It's really difficult to get to Bournemouth, believe it or not, from Glasgow. So, somebody's flying via Alicante, believe it or not, to get here. So, I've heard that it's a great atmosphere and you'll be able to hear them. So, I'm looking forward to it.
That is really nice that people... I know the journey because I went from Birmingham to Glasgow, and that was a horror film, so I can't imagine what it's like coming all the way. It's literally from the north to the south of the country. Talk to us about your fans and their support.
Yeah, listen, I'm incredibly blessed that I've got a lot of good people, a lot of good friends and family, and a lot of supporters from my rugby days who've now come over to watch me in my boxing days. So I'm really lucky, blessed, and I expect the 30 coming over to make the noise of 100. So it's good. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's interesting that you say that you come from a rugby background, so naturally you're going to be quite tough and durable and probably be able to take a few shots yourself. Talk to us about that transition. Forgive my ignorance, I didn't know you came from rugby because your ears don't look in bad condition.
Got a wee bit.
Yeah, but nothing major.
Not too bad. No, listen, I played 8 years professionally for Glasgow Warriors and Jersey Reds before I transitioned over to boxing. Boxed for 4 years as an amateur, turned pro at the beginning of 2021. So I'm still raw, I'm still learning. I'm getting there, but obviously my professional background gives me a wee edge in terms of getting ready, obviously overcoming injury, and just trying to live the life. So listen, I've been a professional sportsman since I was 18 years of age, so I'm ready.
So talk to us a little bit about your boxing style then, your attributes. What do you bring for the audience?
Listen, I'm 6'7", 18.5 stone on the scales today, physical, and I need to use my attributes. You know, I'm still developing as a fighter, so that's why I need to box, stick to my strengths. Like you said, you can take a shot, but the idea is not to. So tightening up my defence, constantly trying to improve my game, and constantly trying to be the best fighter I can.
And what do you see as Stephen's attributes? I never like to ask for what their weaknesses are because weaknesses are there, they're obvious for you to see. But to me, winning's about taking away someone's strengths. Yep. What do you see in Stephen as a strength that you're hoping to take away on Saturday night to secure your win?
Yeah, I think he's got a great big overhand right. If you let him land it, then cause you trouble. So looking to take that away from him. And yeah, just looking to take the fight to him. I don't think he'll really have been in with a lot of people physically bigger than him, which I am. So I'll look to make him feel that on Saturday night.
Like you said, he's a wounded animal. He did have a fight not so long ago where he did win that fight. It was an 8-rounder that was knocked down to 4 rounds, but he got his hand raised at it. When you see someone as a wounded animal, like I said, even in rugby, it's sort of, at some points, it's almost like close combat anyway. What do you see in him that's wounded and that you're hoping to manipulate?
Not so much I'm trying to manipulate anything, but...
Sorry, that's just me.
Oh, listen, I know, but listen, his pride's hurt, do you know what I mean? He wants to get back and reinstate his name, so I'm aware of that. I don't want my name to get ruined. So this is about Nick Campbell, it's not about Stephen Robinson on Saturday night for me. Going out, putting on a professional performance, and I think it'll be a great win on my record come the end of the fight. So listen, like I said, I respect Stephen a lot for taking the fight. Didn't have to take it, and I just, I think that when I get the result, it's going to look good on my scorecard. So yeah.
When you talk about those scorecards, and I appreciate that you're not going to overlook any fighter, but you're somebody that seems to be, like you said, professional, consummate. You're somebody that's looking forward to develop your career. 2023, what do you want to get out of that year in terms of, yes, obviously there's experience, but what's a goal, a high limit that you've set for yourself for 2023?
10-0, 4 fights in 2023 is what I'd like to try and target. I've said in previous interviews that my goal is to try and become the first Scottish British heavyweight champion, Commonwealth or European. But I think Fabio Wardley's 15-0 and Nathan Gorman was 19-1, so I've still got a bit to go before I get to that level. So it's all about stepping up the levels, getting experience, getting the sparring, building my record to eventually try and hit that end goal. But listen, like you touched on, I'm not looking past Stephen on Saturday night. He's going to be a tough opponent, and one that I need to go in and be switched on from the first bell to the last bell, the first punch to the last punch.
An 8-rounder, and I do believe it's going to be a good 8-rounder. I'm actually looking forward to it. It's heavyweight, so anything can happen anyway. But listen, we will catch up post-fight. Will you be the victor?
Absolutely. Win by any means necessary, whatever it takes. That's what I'm prepared for.
We love it. October Red Boxing with the lovely Nick Campbell. Thank you so much for being a guest, and I'll see you Saturday night.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.